2 wins away for Notre Dame from the college football playoff, and it looks like they have a really, really good chance of hosting a game as well, but they got to beat Army this Saturday. We're just 1 day away from the contest. We're going to break it down with Tim Hyde. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, and head over to blueandgold.com for much more preview coverage of this matchup. So we're going to go through 3 keys and then a score prediction from our analyst, Tim Hyde. Your first key, Tim, is a defensive slugfest. What's on your mind here?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first thing you think of Notre Dame Army, you think of the iconic games and the iconic, first game of the century in 1946, 0-0. So can't get more defensive than that. But you start looking at these numbers, and these are the 2 best defenses, arguably in the country. Just listen to a couple of these. Army, real quick, number 1 in points per game. Notre Dame is number 3. Army is 5th in yards per game. Notre Dame is 6th. Army has the number 1 red zone defense in the country. Notre Dame is 4th. And then we've been hyping up, obviously, which is, warranted with the great secondary and the linebackers of Notre Dame, their dime package, how they have 15 interceptions this year. Well, Army's got 14 right below them. So it's going to be a defensive slugfest. They're really athletic when you watch Army. This is definitely one of their best teams, arguably in the last 50 years. So a lot of speed, big dudes up front. So I'm expecting a good physical 60-minute football game.
And to go with that, stop the run. Army's going to run the ball, and Notre Dame should be pretty well equipped to stop the run to keep it a defensive slugfest, at least when Army's on the field.
Oh yeah, and the whole stop the run is really giving kudos to both offensive lines. Both of these O-lines at Army and Notre Dame are Joe Moore Award semifinalists. They're both in the the top 10 in the country, and so many rushing categories. Their Army's obviously number 1 in rushing. That's all they do is run the damn ball. So they have over 50 carries a game. I think they're 53, 54 carries a game. So hammer it, hammer it, hammer it. Almost the polar opposite a little bit of Navy, which is more spread. They're more willing to throw the ball. Army's like, no, we're going to hammer it. 20-something carries, almost a game for their quarterback. The dude is physical as could be. So if anyone hasn't seen it, go on YouTube and just watch Army's 21-play, 90-plus yard drive, game clinching touchdown to beat North Texas 2 weeks ago. So they really get after it. Yards per attempt, Army is 3rd, Notre Dame's 4. Rushing touchdowns, Army's 4, Notre Dame is 6. And then my favorite stat is explosives, 20-plus yard runs. Army is number 1 in the country. Notre Dame is 15. That goes back to these stellar offensive lines. So it's going to be defensive slugfest, and what O-line shows up and wins this game.
Key number 3, Tim, winning 3rd down.
Yeah, this was an interesting one because Notre Dame defensively is top 10 in everything. And when you think of 3rd down, you think of Notre Dame's dime package, their great nickels, the DBs. They're forcing you on 3rd and long to have to throw the football, spread formations, and Notre Dame just matches up with you all over the place with their secondary, and that's why they're in the top 10 in every single passing metric, top 10 in in a 3rd down defense, number 1 passing efficiency. But Mike, this is one of those games, throw the damn pass D stats out. Who cares? Army's only going to throw the damn thing 5 times anyway. So what's it matter? And defensively, as good as Army is on defense, they are 70th in 3rd down D. So that's something to keep in mind for Mike Denbrock and obviously Ryan Leonard in the fellas on the offense.
All right, so a lot of people want to talk about Notre Dame's strength of schedule. Here's something. Saw this graphic from On3. Notre Dame's got the number 82 strength of schedule. Army's 133. So you're talking about, them beating North Texas in a tight one. Some of these stats by Army, it'll be interesting to see how they compare against Notre Dame. Let's look at the odd shark, Tim. Are you ready for this?
Yes, because there are a couple of analytic guys that have come out there and they've posted their numbers within 2 touchdowns. So let's see this.
Army 33. We always round this up, right? So Army 34, Notre Dame 33. So Odd Shark's algorithm has Army winning, of course, covering the 2 touchdown spread and the total going over. I do believe the spread opened up at about 12.5, and it's moved up to Notre Dame by 2 touchdowns. The over under at 45.5. Odd Shark, a little expert, has wanting you to lean towards Notre Dame minus 2 touchdowns, and Jeremiah Love an anytime TD. That's definitely a good bet, considering that he has scored in every single touchdown, or excuse me, has scored a touchdown every single game for the Irish this season. So Tim, what's your score prediction in this one? I'll give mine. I don't know if I give one every week, but I'm going to give one this week. But we'll see what yours is first.
Yeah, I say a defensive slugfest, but then you're right, Mike. You start looking at that strength of schedule, who they've played, the offenses they've played. It's a lot like the Navy game. You know, Navy had a lot of hype, came in undefeated as well. I think this is a much better Army team, much more physical, much more better along the lines. I thought Navy has a better quarterback, better skill guys on the offense. So I've gone back and forth trying to figure this out. Army's, I think they're going to get a couple. They're going to get some field goals. They just move the ball. Can Notre Dame just hold them under 300 yards rushing, which is crazy to even think about. So Howard Cross probably not going to play. So Mike, I'm going to go 33-16.
Yeah.
That's going to be mine. I think it's going to be some field goals here and there. I got a lot of respect for Army. So I'd say 33-16, a good, win by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah. I got Notre Dame 31-12. Don't know if it's going to be 4 field goals or, 10 points and a safety. I don't know. But I like Notre Dame to win fairly comfortably. The thing about Navy is that they just shot themselves in the foot way too many times in that football game. Like, they just said, here you go, Notre Dame. We're already outmatched physically and athletically, but let's just give you the ball several times. I don't expect Army to do that, but I still like Notre Dame to win comfortably. And I know Notre Dame had a bad beat against the spread against Virginia, but otherwise Notre Dame's been really good against the spread this season. I like for them to cover against Army to set up a huge game between the Fighting Irish and USC next Saturday at Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles. So again, folks, Notre Dame versus Army, number 6 versus number 19 in the college football playoff ranking, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Game will be seen on NBC. It's in Yankee Stadium. Right after the game ends, Tim and I will be burning the midnight oil. We'll be live on our Blue and Gold YouTube channel to break it all down. We'll be looking for you guys in the comments, in the live comments, I should add. So drop in the comments of this video your score prediction for this game. Again, blueandgold.com. Head over there for more preview content. And as always, we will catch you next time.